Hello, friends, and welcome back to the Tavern of Tomes. My name is RK Fox. I am your tavern keeper, and I am joined today by my fellow storytellers, Kent Aldrich, Samuel Bowen, Christian Majewski, the one and only Rachel, and Alex Oak. And together we're going to weave a world of myth and legend. You see, the walls of my tavern are lined with leather-bound books filled with blank pages. Once a week here at the tavern, we open a tome at dusk and fill its pages with stories. The world outside is dark and scary. It has its beauties, but they're hard to see at night. So for the time being, let's leave this world and go adventure, shall we? Now, last we left off, our heroes debated about, since they were going to go on a big quest across the ocean, they were debating whether they actually take the tides unsleeping or whether they get a new ship. Lorenzo Lorenzo, Dicebro, Lucien, and Vale all spent some effort trying to convince the crew and the captain to take upon a new vessel and just to abandon the tides unsleeping, which it took all four of them, but they were able to do it. And the crew of the tides unsleeping has now become the crew of the Magnum Drift. The newly christened vessel provided to them by the Scion.
We got a new crew member. His name is Din Wiesel.
No, you did not. I'm the DM taking back editorial power. It did not happen.
I also want to say that Rachel was very much against naming the ship the Magnum Drift. Do with that what you will.
As they were planning and charting their course, Strella sent a message to the shipwright using sending, telling it to meet her in Malkar, and the shipwright said it would meet at the docks at nightfall. You guys made your way up, met with the shipwright, as it very forcefully told Strella it was time for her to assume the mantles, assume her thrones, both over the Scion and over the Renegade's legacy, in what it referred to as the grand unification of her thrones, of her domains, of her parents' domains. As the shipwright disappeared in the night, they continued on their journey out to the Magnum Sea, where we saw Lorenzo find a whirlpool by sitting and meditating in bilge water, found a whirlpool and had a short little conversation with Lucien before leaping into the water, before turning into a bird, flying up and dropping down the center of the whirlpool. And he has just been greeted psionically, telepathically, by this powerful amphibious basking shark, slender snake thingy with double split jaw. That's the word I'm looking for. And it said, "It is good to see you, master." And we pick up now with Lorenzo underwater, having used his chaos dice to incorporate hold breath. And Lorenzo you can speak to me in your mind.
Wait. How's it going?
I know why you've come.
I figured.
I've elected
the last guy.
I've elected.
Wait, no, you.
Huh? You
go. You go first.
Hold on, you.
You had something to say.
Yes.
I was done. Don't worry, I was already done. You
okay,
go.
Sounds good. I understand that my brother, this, was probably very sharp. with his process with you. I intend to be a good deal more straightforward.
Love that.
You
That's
need
good.
Hit us with the
me.
expo.
You only need do one thing to retrieve the portion of your true name that I guard. You must beat me in a race.
Oh. Okay. Oh boy.
I'll give you a head start.
Where are we going?
Just south of here, there is a coral reef which currently bears the hundreds of eggs of OV that have yet to be born. The first of us to retrieve a single egg from that clutch and return it here, unbroken, unharmed, wins. As I said, you'll get a head start.
Okay, I go.
You run, or
All right.
you can't run, you're underwater. You swim. What do you do?
I'm gonna turn into... Shoot, what kind of bird is it? There are birds that swim.
Like a duck?
A penguin?
No.
A goose? A Canadian goose?
Oh, are you thinking
Those are
of?
vicious.
Are you thinking of a loon?
So, actually, I'm gonna turn into a penguin.
Let's go, Sam.
Let's go!
Okay.
Because penguins
Represent.
can hit like 20 miles per hour underwater.
Yeah, absolutely.
True.
Yeah, so you turn into, because again, let's be very clear, when you use your wild shape, you do not become a small creature. So you turn into an adult human-sized penguin.
Well, could I turn into a fish? I don't know.
You could turn into a fish, absolutely.
Okay, I guess I'll just turn into a fish then. That
Okay.
makes way more sense.
Sounds
Like
good.
like some kind of dolphin.
You've turned into a whale before.
I did turn into a whale once. I forgot
Yeah,
about
you
that.
turned into a whale monkey mammoth.
So technically, I have to roll deviations.
Yes, yeah, roll your deviations to see what kind of bizarre fish you are. Or bizarre dolphin.
Standing leap every single time.
You are a dolphin with
And
legs.
spider climb again.
Be a black
Please be
marlin.
poisonous.
And hold
They
breath.
go
That
like
makes
up-
sense.
Hold breath. Okay, great.
Black
Okay.
marlins go like 80 miles an hour underwater.
Yeah,
True.
so I'll do that.
Okay, so you turn into a
I'll
black.
think fast fish.
Yep. You turn into a
And
black
then-
marlin with spider legs and.
So the way I'm
Yeah. How
I'm
do
gonna
you
do it is
envision-
because it's basically going to be there's going to be like gills that run along the entirety of his body, and out of the gills there are these little like legs that will come out, and that's where the spider legs are.
Yeah.
And then the back fin is splits into two.
Yeah.
That are kind of going opposite each other, that are technically also the legs.
Amazing. Amazing.
Oh.
All right. So here is how this this mini game is going to work. You are going to roll a d20. You're not adding modifiers to this. You're just rolling a d20. Okay. Tell me about how you are going about doing this. Like, what is your strategy? What is your method? Is it sheer brute force? Is it what are you doing?
I'm trying to think. Like as all right, Lorenzo. I feel like is street smart enough to know I can't outrun that thing.
Yeah.
I can't outrun the little embodiment of the ocean in a race in the ocean. So I want to see if I can like notice currents.
Yeah.
And like basically as I'm swimming, I'm trying to like kind of like meditate a little bit and try to sense where the currents are and try to be like, okay, I need to be here, and
Yes.
I can like go faster and kind of like try to
Yep. Go ahead and give me a perception
figure out
check.
where
real quick.
all that is.
Perception check.
Perception. Okay, that's a 15.
Okay. 15. You do see a current up alongside you. Go ahead and roll your first d20.
Okay. Okay, that's a 13.
Okie dokie. Sounds good. So, for your first round, you've got that 13. You notice as you hop into this jet stream, or not jet stream, that's the air, this current, you pick up very quickly. Go ahead and give me a strength check just to try and maintain your pacing here and maintain your control of your
Just
body.
flat strength.
Yes, flat strength. Or you could do athletics.
Athletics? Okay. Athletics, that gives me, what's our proficiency? Or
+4
three.
right now.
But I haven't leveled yet, so technically I'm at +3.
Yes, you're right. Yep.
And so that's still going to be really high because that's going to be 25.
Yeah, 25. One of the things you fight with all your strength to stay within this this current and use it to your advantage. Go ahead and roll your second round. Levias is now going to join the race.
Cool. Cool. That's
He only gave you a 6-second head start. That's crazy.
I rolled a 10.
Okay, sounds good. You are still ahead of him, but he very quickly starts to catch up, rushing down this actually jumps on the same current as you. One of the things you notice, he is not working. He is just riding the jet stream. Go ahead as we move into this next round. Do you continue to maintain your strategy of just like, I gotta stay in this box, gotta make sure that I don't get thrown out?
As long as I'm going the right direction.
Okay. Sounds good. You are still going
Because
the
if
right
he's
direction.
using this stream, then I can't. Yeah.
Yep.
I'm not going to be able to. Yeah. If he's taking advantage of it, I have to as well.
Yes, 100%. Go ahead and roll your d20.
That's a 7.
Okie dokie. He is not caught up to you yet, but he is getting there. As he comes up upon you, or is getting closer and closer, one of the things you notice, give me just I'm going to call this a charisma insight check. It's a weird combo, but I want you to use your spell casting stat for it.
I rolled a natural 1 for a 6.
You don't see anything. Go ahead and give me that strength check again to not get thrown out of the current.
Oh, that's going to be a 12.
12. Okay. You hold on, but are like riding the edge of the current in a way that is very painful because these two masses of water underwater are moving at very different paces, and you're starting to feel the conflict between those two.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, give me the next check.
That's another natural 1.
Okay.
I'm blaming Sam for that.
Yeah, all the 20s.
Yeah,
Um,
that's my 3 nat 20s right there.
he passes you up, and one
All
of
right.
the things that becoms
Before he passes me.
yeah,
So I'm noticing myself giving out.
yes,
I'm going to shapeshift again.
you do. Oh, yes, you do have more uses of reroll shape. Yeah.
I'm going to shapeshift into one of those fish that latches onto bigger fish. And so as he passes me, I switch up
Brilliant.
and just attach onto him.
Yeah.
All the way up until the reef, you guys will match in lockstep, so we will not make any more rolls.
Go.
Nice.
Oh my goodness. Amazing. You get to the reef. He is a much larger creature. He has to be very specific and very careful in order to grab one of these OV eggs from the clutch. You are a smaller creature, so you actually have an advantage at doing that. So for this, I'm going to say instead of rolling 1d20, roll 2 and add them together.
Add them together.
Yes.
Okay, that is very average, but 22.
22. Okay. All right.
So one thing I'm gonna do, I can use my, even as I'm wild shaped,
Yeah.
I can use my chaos dice to choose specific things, right?
Correct.
Mutations.
Mutations. So for this next hour, I'm going to choose spider climb.
Okay.
And so as I'm this little bottom feeder fish,
Yeah.
I get a bunch of tiny little spider legs that are all gonna latch onto the egg.
Okay.
And so I'm basically, the idea is that I've got all these little legs that are now kind of like keeping this thing safe, and so it is attached to me,
Yeah.
basically.
Locked in. Okay. You break into the lead. I'll allow you to interpret this how you like. Would you like this to be you break into the lead and are able to ride him back, or would you like to break into the lead and like actually get in front of him?
Oh man.
Because again, it is the first of you to bring this egg back safely. So if you ride him back, he may achieve that. You might bring it in lockstep again and might not have the lead that you need.
Yeah. Well, that's just rude. Does he look like he has a high constitution?
I mean, probably.
Cool. Maybe not then. I might try swimming back. Because the only other option is he gets there first.
Yeah. Okay, so you're going to try and take the lead. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm assuming you are again going to look for a current heading the opposite direction.
I think so, yeah.
Go ahead and give me that perception check.
Yeah, that's a 19.
Yeah, easy. You hop into a current, and you hop into a current before him. In this moment, as you hop into this current, you're in a different body than you were before. This fish is not even strong enough to really manage its movement within the current.
Cool, so I have to change.
Not necessarily. What you could do, and this is a bit of a risk, you could choose to just try to ride this all the way back. Like, genuinely give up, go adrift, let the fish body just cascade down the current, hoping that it will drop you where you need to be.
Go limp.
Um,
Like a true bottom feeder.
I guess I'm just gonna try. I might try riding the wave. Yeah, I'm gonna try seeing what that does for me.
Okay, sounds good.
As he's riding, he sees a turtle with a
bunch
with a
of
Nemo
smaller
fish.
turtles.
A bunch of
Yeah.
clownfish.
Just randomly speaking in an Australian accent too. It's really weird.
He doesn't have an Australian accent. The character does not have an Australian accent. He talks like a surfer.
Oh yeah. I just sworn it was like Australian.
American surfer.
No, you're thinking of the pelican. The pelican has an Australian accent.
Oh, that's right.
Okay.
It's in Sydney.
Go ahead and give me a Constitution saving throw. This is going to be to determine whether you can. Your body is naturally going to fight the impulse to go limp in this. So this Constitution saving throw is to make that an intentional choice.
Oh. Not good. I rolled a 9.
Okay, sounds good. We are going to roll another round. You are just going to roll 1d20. Okay?
It's a 12.
Okay. All right. Go ahead and give me another Constitution save to see if you can get this. He passes you up as you're moving.
And I try like some check to see if I can latch onto him again.
Yeah,
'Cause I'm still
absolutely.
the bottom feeder.
Go ahead. We'll call that an athletics check.
Cool. That is going to be plus 11, 16.
16 is a success. So here's what you do.
Cool.
For the rest of the ride back, you put yourself in lockstep. He is no longer ahead of you because you latched on when he met you. So we are going to make this one final roll to determine who wins this. This is literally just I roll a d20 versus you roll a d20. Okay?
Okay.
This is who can deliver their egg to the center of that whirlpool the fastest. Okay?
Here's what I'll say.
Okay.
I have standing leap active.
Are you going to try and jump off his body?
As soon as he gets close enough, I'm just gonna just jump off of his body and see if I can launch in.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to let you roll this with advantage then. Okay, so you d20 with advantage versus my 1d20.
On Alex.
I rolled a 10 and a 12.
I rolled a 6.
Oh!
You launch into the center of this whirlpool right at the base and place this little OV egg from this clutch, and it just starts spinning right at the base of the whirlpool. And as you do this, he looks at you
My
and goes,
tiny little fish body is spinning with it.
yes, yeah.
Then I unwild shape.
Yeah, you unwild shape. He goes, well played, master. I barely even feel the need to convey my message to you because you executed upon it so perfectly. Learn to be patient, watch for wisdom and opportunity. You executed exactly what I was here to tell you anyway. He does the same thing that Zis did, reaches towards the center of like the chest, pulls back the skin, and you see written in primordial the letters capital E, U with the little like 2 dots over it, and then the lowercase l. In addition, you gain the boon of Levias. Your constitution score increases by 1, as does your maximum constitution. And
Let's go.
you may spend 10 minutes in meditation. At the end of this time, you may exchange your wisdom score with any one of your other ability scores. This exchange lasts until the end of your next short or long rest.
My wisdom is a 8.
Yep. So you could tank any other score and buff your wisdom.
That's
Ink,
awesome.
charisma, up wisdom.
So you could take your
Really
highest and
smart all of a
lowest
sudden.
and yeah.
I've lost all of my social skills, but I know how to do things now.
There you go. Yeah. With that, we are going to pop into the next month of downtime. As Lorenzo, tell us how you exit your little communion.
I think I'm imagining the whirlpool undoes itself,
Yeah.
and so it kind of just all the water kind of.
Yep.
And which I don't know how the physics of that will work, but
it works.
I'm deciding that
Not
it
like
goes,
that, but yeah.
It definitely doesn't shoot me straight up. That's what I'm deciding it does.
Yes.
Or at the very least, as like I'm just gonna float up to the surface.
I think you get launched. I think you're right. You fly into
Cool.
the air.
And I will try. What's gonna happen? I'll fly into the air, realize I can't fly anymore because I already did that today.
Yep.
And it's once prolonged rest.
Well, but
Go.
it lasts for 60 minutes.
Oh, it lasts for 60 minutes. Okay, cool. So then I will soar down back onto the boat.
Are you just flying as a humanoid? You're fully a humanoid just flying.
I mean, I guess so.
Yeah. You absolutely
guess so.
can do that. That's what the mechanics are. I think what it is you're borne aloft by the winds, by the control of winds that you are given by Zis, by your boon of
Yeah.
Zis. And
So
so,
I'm just floating on wind.
yep. And you do have
We're good.
an OV egg, undamaged OV egg.
This feels important.
All right.
We're good, by the way. Thanks, guys.
As he lands, like, Vale will just be standing there. He's like, "Oh man, you need it. Oh gosh, that did not fix whatever happened down in the bilges," and just tosses him a bar of soap.
Lucien is standing next to Van and just goes, nah, he smells like that every day.
As we exit this scene and go into our next month of downtime, what are quest actions we want to pursue? As a reminder, the first quest action you pursue is a DC 20, the second is a 25.
We really only planned this far.
Well,
Yeah.
there was also
I didn't think we were gonna make it this far.
Lucien's quest in the Magnum Sea.
Well,
Yeah, what was your quest in the Magnum Sea?
yeah, there's like an island somewhere that I think I
Oh,
can
yeah.
triangulate where it is.
Yeah, Whim and all that stuff.
Yeah. But I kind of don't want to use an action for that
You don't want to use
because
an
I
action?
want the lower. No, I want to have my lower DC for whatever comes after.
I mean,
Unless
there's
you
a,
do that.
there's
You
a
can find
full
it.
other month of downtime.
Is it the first or the second?
There's this month of downtime and then the next one, and then that's the end of downtime.
Yeah. Well, I was thinking that the second month, like the last month, would be us returning to Aleno.
No, you get to perform quests along the way, or you can stay
Okay.
at sea, and we'll narrate that as the end of downtime in the following chapters.
So here's how I want to do this, and if anybody wants to do stuff beforehand, they're welcome to. But as they're like,
I'll do something real quick before we get into that because mine will just be a solo one.
Okay.
I think Vale is feeling conflicted for the first time in a long time, and so he's going to do something he ironically has not done in a long time, and he's going to pray.
Commit murder. Oh.
No, that happened like yesterday.
Okay. You're gonna pray.
And essentially he's just praying for guidance / he's starting to feel. I think he prays something along the lines of, "I'm starting to feel tired of feeling unredeemable, and I don't know what to do." And it'll be simple like that, and yeah. So I'll use my first action for that.
Okay. I'm gonna call that. I am gonna call that a quest because I'm gonna have a check associated with it.
Can I help him in the quest?
Nobody will know about this.
Darn.
No.
This is like Vale gets to this point after a night of tossing and turning in his hammock, and it's 2 a.m. and he can't sleep. And
Are
Everybody's
you
snoring.
proficient in religion?
yes,
Take your choice of the mental stats, intelligence, wisdom, or charisma. Pair that with your proficiency in religion, and give me a DC 20.
he'll go normal religion and intelligence check, and that will be a 23.
Wow. Okay. With the 23, it almost feels mechanically unfair of me to have you make a check for a thing that you don't technically do. What you're doing is more akin to a communication, but I'm having you make a check anyway. And part of me doesn't feel great about the idea that I'm not necessarily going to give you a word response.
I wasn't really expecting one. I should have said, like, Vale wouldn't be expecting that. I actually think he would find that weird.
Yeah. And I don't think you get
so-
I don't think you get a statement back. What you get is just a sense that the fundamental you're sitting here going, I'm tired of feeling like I'm unredeemable. And I think what you gain an understanding of, it's less that there's a word response to your prayer, but what you get an understanding of is that it's actually a flawed belief. That while you might have felt unredeemable and the feeling is nonetheless, like, the emotional reality behind that is legitimate, the belief that it presupposes is false. And I think that doesn't necessarily mean that you all of a sudden believe that you are redeemable. But I think what it does is it throws into question that fundamental belief which you've been clinging to for so long.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah. I think his initial reaction is probably something like along the thought lines of, "Well, wouldn't that be nice?" Right. But there's a chink in the armor kind of thing, right? He's now thinking about this.
Yep.
Yeah. And I'll let
Yeah, for sure. Okay, Lucien.
So, one of these nights when we're kind of just swimming around the Magnum Sea, I don't think Lucien would have been talking about anything that's going on with him the entire time. So, one of these nights he's going to take a watch, and while everyone's sleeping, snoozing, sucking their thumbs in their hammocks, he's going to walk around, and I'm going to use my Detect Fantasia feature to give them all sweet dreams.
Okay.
Just make them all happy.
Yeah, for sure.
And then go back up, grab one of the lifeboats, put it down into the water, and get on it, and swim out into the Magnum Sea to look for the island.
Okay. You made a successful check the last time you had a dream, which gives you advantage on this check. You can make your choice of an intelligence navigator's tools check, a wisdom survival check, or you can take disadvantage and make a wisdom perception check at a straight roll.
I will try the wisdom survival check.
Okay, so that'll be with advantage.
Yes, I don't have proficiency in survival, unfortunately.
Yep, so that is just 2d20, take the higher, plus 4, I believe.
Wait.
Oh.
This is not my updated character sheet, because I took the
This
skill
jerk is just abandoning us. How
Not
dare you? How
actually,
dare your
no.
character make choices where he cuts himself off from everybody else and doesn't ask for help? That's so bad.
I believe I took the skill expert feat,
I believe you did as
but
well.
I don't remember what was the other. I have to find it in. I have so many fragmented
Character
Lucien's sheets everywhere. This one also doesn't have it. I don't know that I would retroactively take.
I would happily
Yeah,
let you
I think-
retroactively adjust things since you don't know what the original was.
That just feels. But the only other thing that I would have taken would be performance. So I feel like survival fits.
Yeah, I think so.
Lucien a little bit
Especially
better.
since narratively you knew you were going into a search for an island.
Yeah. So I'll have my proficiency, so that will be a +8 to the roll with advantage.
Okay. The odds of you hitting a 20 are fairly high.
Yeah, the odds of hitting a 20 are pretty high. The odds of hitting a nat 20 are even higher, which
You're
is what I did.
kidding.
There's no way.
So
You know what? Can I myself on this?
I mean, it won't make a difference. You rolled a nat 20.
Yeah, I know, but I want it to be a 30, you know? Nat 20 to a total of 28.
Okay. With a nat 20. So I had a little dice game that I had invented that was going to be used for determining how long it takes you to figure out where this island is. And then we'd come back to it when you had the time or when you like had figured out its location. You figure it out tonight.
Amazing.
Lucien's just the goat.
You rolled a nat frickin' 20. So, you cannot take the quest action on this particular vein again this month, but you can come back to it next month and potentially do some very actionable things about this.
Okay, cool. So wait, so I just kind of figure out where the island is?
You basically, so you're not normally a star charts kind of guy, but you studied the stars enough. You specifically took skill expert with proficiency in survival at your second to last level up. So I think we flavor this as Lucien, knowing that he had information about stars, did some study into how to navigate by stars and has basically triangulated the position based on star locations, current time of night, all that stuff to figure out where that island is and be able to get to it within the month or within the next month.
Nice.
Additionally, I
Okay.
will say other people can adventure on this for you. You just can't take the quest action on this line yourself this month. But if you want to go to the island and have other people make checks for this, you don't have to stop pursuing this line right now. You can pursue it through other characters.
Here's what I'm gonna ask. Are we at the beginning of this month? Or are we halfway through the month?
You're at the beginning of the month. You and Vale are the only ones who have taken actions for this month yet.
Okay. At that point, I think Lucien's gonna row his boat back to the
Bort?
ship.
I'm putting row your boat back as
also-
a title.
Reese, I just realized, and I confirmed it because I went and flipped back through the versions of my sheet. I never did anything for my ASI at level 8.
Okay.
Of course. We all forget.
So I'm taking Great Weapon Master as a thief
Sounds good.
because that feels appropriate, and I'm at the point where I now have a +5 with it, or +4, so
Yeah.
it's viable.
Yeah, absolutely. Sounds good.
So just an FYI.
All right, Lorenzo, Strella, and Dice Bro. Any quests that we want to take? If you guys don't have personal quests, we can always follow up Lucien's thing, but that also depends on Lucien reporting that to the rest of the party.
Cool. If he does not, the first thing I'm gonna do is do a sending to my brother
Okay.
and just try to nonchalantly just check in, see how things are going. Anything weird been happening?
He does mention that an individual from Los Colores Vivos named Adrian Andres Cesar Caldera reached out to him via Pieter, the servant with the hexlight, informing him that he would be present middle of next month.
Amazing, amazing. Once Lucien comes back from his side quest, we had no idea that he went on.
Yep.
'Cause it was
Escapade.
in the middle of the night. I think Strella will go and tell him everything that the shipwright said, specifically about you have 2 months,
Yep.
and there's not really an option for taking the throne. It's take it or take it. And so, yeah, I feel conflicted. I feel bad because, at least from the shipwright's point of view, apparently my mom abandoned him. But also, he was like not doing great stuff, and I don't really want to.
I mean, he
Take
wasn't doing
anything.
it while she was controlling him.
No, not
Or would-
not that I know of, but
It happened
even after,
after.
you know, there's still like a legacy there, and also I don't really know about taking over and combining, and I mean maybe there's a way of doing it, but just I don't know, the way that he said it made it seem like it's probably going to be more like bloodshed battle takeover and less peaceable. I don't know, but I don't like the fact that I don't have a choice.
Well, what does your heart tell you?
I mean, my heart tells me that this is a lot for a kid. I mean, obviously I'm an adult, but some days I still feel like a kid.
Oh, yes, of course.
Obviously. But I mean, like, if my brother's doing it, and he's younger than me, but that would mean exposing him. And it seems like he's trying really hard. And then what if there are people who don't want him to be there? And then what if he doesn't, like, what if he hates me? And then we end up in this whole, like, family battle, and I don't know. But also, wouldn't it be worse if somehow the shipwright just, like, tells the whole world about me? I don't know.
Well, that is not your only option.
What do you mean?
You are free. You have many options. You can disappear. You can take the throne. Or you can fight.
Yeah.
and fight.
I
we
mean, I
can.
did think about like we could probably honestly, I feel like this is going to end only if we somehow find a way to get rid of the shipwright. But
I feel hesitancy in you. I feel that there's something inside of your brain, inside of your head, that you maybe yourself aren't fully able to put into words yet. But why does these shipwright bother you so much?
I think
Or is it just the entirety of all of it that's going on that is muddling your head and feelings?
I think it's all of it, but also he's the only person that knew anything about my mom and her former life. The only living person, right? To everyone else, she's just a legend. And obviously, my dad's not around anymore to tell me anymore. And I mean, they did spend a lot of time together. And obviously, I don't know him, but it feels like that's family in a way. I don't know. But maybe
shipwright.
not. The shipwright, but also my brother. But also you weren't there. Like when I first told my brother or revealed who I was, his face and his like he would do whatever it takes to keep the throne. Like obviously he didn't know me back then, so maybe things have changed, but I don't know. That
I do not know the young king.
and
Politics
maybe I don't
are
know.
a vicious game.
Yeah.
And
I don't know. Maybe I like the idea of leading. Like, I don't know. I've spent my whole life feeling like I don't quite belong. Like, maybe I meant for something big.
here,
But
let's do a little test if you don't mind. Are you
okay.
feeling a little sleepy?
I mean, I got 12 hours last night, but I could take a little nap. Sure.
Come with me. I'm gonna take her under deck, lay her down, maybe like magically help her fall asleep a little bit,
Okay.
and then I'm going to use my detect Fantasia feature again,
Okay.
and we're gonna enter in her dream. And the way that I'm imagining this is just, like the last thing we talked about was being free. So I feel like when I enter into the dream, when you fall asleep, you find yourself on like an island somewhere. Beautiful. Think like Hawaii, the perfect picture of Hawaii, right? You're standing on a beach. Lucien suddenly appears next to you, but he's kind of like, you have to focus really hard to notice that he's there. And I'm kind of making it easier for you. But when I speak, you kind of almost hear it in your own voice. And you kind of almost hear it everywhere at the same time. And at the same time, you don't hear it at all. But he's basically going to say, let's roleplay a little. Imagine yourself free. What would that look like?
So, as she thinks, do you see the things that, like, do they show up on the island, or is it she just
They
talking?
don't show up on the island. They suddenly begin to happen.
Ah, okay.
Right? It's kind of like the I can't think of like a comparison, but basically you start thinking about it and describing it, and as you're describing it, the things begin to happen. So if you were to say that now you're on a ship, suddenly the island becomes a ship. Not morphs, it just is a ship. If you see, if you say that the winds are hitting the sails, you suddenly hear winds, right? That's kind of the thing that's happening. You are in full control of everything that's going on.
Cool. And with this, like, things that are impossible, can they show up? Like, if in her mind that is what's considered freedom?
Yep.
Okay.
I mean, Reese,
Yeah.
I'm not DMing this.
No, you absolutely can. You have.
Well, actually, technically, if we think about it, you said let's roleplay. So technically speaking, you are DMing a dream within a game of D&D.
Actually, no. I am simply facilitating. She's DMing her own dream.
Yes.
It's like 3 layers.
So I think then,
Yeah.
Strella, for you, what defines freedom? What events and spaces, you get to consider various different possibilities of what this looks like. So you're not locked into find the right one, but like, where do you think Strella's mind goes first as a possibility for what freedom feels like?
Yeah, I think the first place that appears is her old tavern, the one that her mom owned, and you see her mom is there and she's working at the bar, and there's laughter, like all of the friends and the found family that her mom created there. And then as she goes to help her mom, like, pour some drinks, I'm thinking like going to make some, like, grab some beer on draft.
Yeah.
Her mom was like, hey, take these to the room in there. And so she opens the door, and that room has morphed into the palace, the throne room in the Cyanarchy. And there is her dad and her brother. And her mom walks through the door soon after. And it's just this, like, interaction of family, of Strella getting to use her magic and being trained by her dad and instructed by her brother of like, oh, no, don't do it this way, do it like this. And so that freedom of being able to use the magic that she has and have it be fully understood.
Yeah.
And also not being afraid of it leading to danger. I think the freedom of having the protection of parents still, while still having, like, being able to continue to be a kid instead of feeling like she's got to figure out her life.
Yeah.
The freedom of family, of like that piece of herself that she's always wondered, like, what is the other half of my life, of seeing that she has her dad, she has a brother that she knows about. And then the scene morphs again to being the family is around the dinner table and they're discussing as a family how to best help the people within the country. Of it's a very like both Strella and Lonnie have voices in the matter, and even if they say something that is very young and very foolish, it's not immediately shot down. It's guided by the parents of like, okay, that's an interesting idea. Why do you think that would work? Have you considered this element of it? And so it's not a like a forced instruction, but it's more of a guiding and seeing how Verlon Trebon II was very much, or the third, was called the good scion, right? Like he's instructing the kids on like, this is how, and this is why we do things and why we consider others as we make decisions for the kingdom. And then the scene morphs again to them being on the Tides Unsleeping, not run by the shipwright, but it's just a normal ship this time.
Yeah.
And here, Estrella's mom this is her palace, her throne guard. And it's the same guiding instruction. So she's teaching both Strella and Lonnie how to run a ship. And like, again, this open discussion, but this idea of like, oh, that's an interesting idea that you would want to ask the crew to do this, or that you would want to travel here. Have you thought about these consequences? And so, yeah, if that makes sense. For her, freedom is family, but it's guidance and it's wisdom. The freedom to try and make mistakes without feeling like there's dire consequences because there's somebody older and wiser taking care of it.
What?
Sorry. After all of this, the entire time Lucien was kind of there in each of the scenes. He was one of the people you were serving beer to at the place. He was like bringing you guys food. He was a butler at your guys' home. On the ship, he was one of the crewmates. And as you're kind of on the ship, all of that is happening. He's, I don't know, mopping the ship. Because you mop wood sometimes, I guess.
Yep.
And he kind of just like, without looking up, you again hear his voice. And he goes, well, then let's move the scene into the other option. And as you're standing on the ship, now you see yourself sitting on top of the throne. And at the bottom of the podium, at the bottom of the dais, you see Lucien kneeling. You see the Veil. You see all of the other crewmates, Dice Bro, Enzo. You see your brother. You see your father, and you see your mother. All of them kneeling there as a coronation is happening. And you are being crowned the next Scion. How does that make you feel?
There's a moment of fear. I think like the initial feeling of like fear there, and then brewing underneath is a feeling, a sensation of like, this is right, which is then immediately followed up by, oh no, maybe I shouldn't be feeling this way. And like looks immediately, because if you say like her parents and her brother are there, and then also looking at these people that have helped her for so long, to be like, no, like this is not right. I shouldn't be here. Like there are other people that should be here. And like trying to fight this feeling of like, this is right, to be like, I shouldn't feel this way.
The scene switches again, and this time you're in a war council. And there's just everybody's shouting. You're sitting on like a smaller dais in front of this giant map where like some kind of war, something is being played out. And everybody's shouting. Your brother is there. Obviously, Lucien is there. The king is there. Your mother is there. Everybody's shouting. And then at some point, it all stops. And they all look at you expectantly.
And this, she feels confident in this moment. Like, not quite sure what's going on, but she knows what the right call is, what the right answer is. And so I think the feelings of the first scene of like, oh, I shouldn't be feeling this way have lessened a little bit, and more of like, okay, we have a job to do. We can do this. And she's like getting ready to speak up.
As you are about to speak up, the scene morphs one last time, and you're back on top of the ship. the Tides Unsleeping. But this time the Tides Unsleeping are a massive fleet. And the way that you saw your mother instructing you and your brother, you find yourself standing in your mother's place. And there's a different group of children, or like young, I guess, soldiers. And this time you're the one instructing them. Just even off of the knowledge that you have, having been on the ship for a while. You begin to tell them what to do, and you see your brother come to you for advice. You see Lucien come to you for advice. And they're all seeking your wisdom. How does that make you feel?
I think by the time we get to this third scene, it feels like home. Like this is where she should be. This is right. Like I think the first time was this is wrong. The second time was like, oh no, like I can do this. And the third time was like, yes, this makes sense. Like this feels like the natural progression of
the big difference being that this time your parents are nowhere to be seen.
Yeah.
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 And I guess as Lucien is kind of walking up to you asking for advice, there's kind of a second voice speaking, and he goes, well, I was hoping that this would clear a bit things up. It seems like the guidance you think you needed maybe isn't so necessary after all. And at that moment, Lucien disappears from your dream.
As you disappear from the dream, I'm going to call this scene here because I want to give time before this chapter ends to Lorenzo and Dice Bro, who have not gotten to do anything this month. If there's anything you guys would like to do.
Just kind of want to keep seeing that go. Keep going. Can my action be for that scene to keep going?
Dice Bro, if you have nothing.
Not really. At least not right now.
Okay, sounds good. In that case, we're over time for this chapter, so we'll call that chapter there. Thank you all so much for joining us. You're always welcome here at the tavern. We love you all, and come back next week because this story's not over yet. Good night.
Good night.